body's immune system is responsible for the prevention and elimination of foreign pathogens. Our immune system is separated into 3 lines of defense. As we approach the 3rd line of defense, our immune system response becomes more specific.
In our first line of defense, we have physical barriers that prevent pathogens from invading our body. Our nose has a fluid-like substance called mucus that catches pathogen that tries to enter through our nose. Our mucus is filled with enzymes called lysozymes, capable of breaking down pathogens that are trapped in our nose.
Our ears have a substance called earwax that acts similar to mucus. The earwax traps pathogens that try to enter our body through the ear canal and then uses lysozymes to get rid of these pathogens. Remember to clean your ears.
The skin is the largest organ in our body, and it plays a huge role in the prevention of invading bacteria. It acts as a physical barrier that separates the inside of our body from the outside of our body. Our skin also secretes certain chemicals that prevent the growth of bacteria and fungi. When there is a cut in our skin, bacteria can enter the body directly through the wound and may cause an infection in the skin. Hair and cilia. Hair and cilia are found all over our respiratory system, and they are responsible for moving bacteria out of our respiratory tracts. Cilia are small hair-like structures that can be found lining our trachea and lungs. Cilia sweep pathogens that are trapped in mucus upwards and out. They can also be found in our throat, and they are responsible for filtration, but also moisturization. Nasal hair are usually coated with mucus, and it helps trap dust, pollen, bacteria, viruses, and other foreign substances for expulsion.
Our tears help clean our eyes. Lysozymes capable of breaking down pathogens are also found in tears as well. In addition to that, the high salinity found in tears also kill bacteria by taking water out of them through diffusion.
The saliva in our mouth contains a variety of enzymes for the breakdown of food, as well as bacteria. The tongue also helps catch pathogen when we swallow. These pathogens get digested in our stomach by hydrochloric acid. However, if the idea of swallowing a few thousand bacteria doesn't sit well with you, remember, don't ingest, spit. Our body's second line of defense is responsible for our body's immediate but non-specific response to foreign pathogens that enters our body. Macrophages are roaming around randomly throughout our body looking for foreign substances. Once macrophages encounter pathogen, they engulf the foreign substance and use its lysosome to break it down. The product of the digestion is then excreted. In our third line of defense, our body's immune response is now specific. Cytotoxic T cells that are alerted by helper T cells recognize foreign substances by their antigens and kill them off. They have specific receptors and only kill off cells with targeted antigens. Cytotoxic T cells, also known as killer T cells, kills infected cells by releasing enzymes called perforin and granzymes. B cells' principal function is to make antibodies against antigens. They take antigens and create specific antibodies to fight against it. Antibodies are soluble proteins whose general function includes immobilization of microorganisms, neutralization of toxins and viral activity, and many more. In our body's first exposure to foreign antigens, it takes quite a while for our antibody production to reach its peak and also longer for it to get rid of all these pathogens. The second time we are exposed to the same antigen, antibody production reaches its peak much more quickly than our first exposure because of memory B cells. These B cells retain the memory of the pathogen's antigen, so it can quickly produce antibodies when re-exposed, and thus the body acquires immunity.